What's happening, fight fans? Welcome back to the MMA Mindset. Wolkernite Fight Championship Chip 6 is tomorrow. So talk about working right up until the end. I'm going to be there. Can't wait for it. Fantastic night of fights. There will still be tickets on the door, I think, but don't quote me on it. And then if you want to get any tickets, are still available the normal way. But yeah, going to be an unbelievable night of fights. So make sure that you head down. But yeah, I am joined by Menilek Techane. How you doing, my man?
Hey Chris, nice to speak to you. How you doing?
Yeah, nice to speak to you. What's really weird is I remember you fought on the first ever event that I attended as media, Golden Ticket Fight Promotions 18. You fought George Pavey. Yeah, and that was a hell of a fight card, and they get topped it with Thomas Paul versus Perry Goodwin. Unbelievable night of fight. Yeah, that was an unbelievable knockout as well. How are you feeling, man? On weight, ready to go tomorrow?
Yeah, one more sleep to go. Yeah, it's gonna be a banger. Can't wait. Yeah, let's have fun.
Yeah, and obviously in your last fight, it couldn't have gone much better for you against a really tough undefeated guy as well, and kind of making the return back to fighting again. And you've got what since then now you've had that fight, you've got this fight, and I know you've got another fight lined up. Are you just so motivated right now and kind of in the zone?
Yeah, I got to make up for lost time. Like had some injuries, and at the start of the year, I had laser eye surgery, so little things holding me back. But just making up for lost time and just keeping the momentum. So yeah, let's rack up these wins.
Yeah, and obviously I know because obviously you've moved up in weight, the weight cut's not going to be like a proper struggle for you. How do you think that's kind of benefited you? Because you've not had to focus too much on weight cutting, you can more focus on improving your skills.
Yeah, it was never too much of an issue cutting weight, but it's nicer just to test myself at a higher level in terms of weight. And just it's nice to get even stronger and you look good too. You look in the mirror, you're like you're filling out. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, exactly. And then obviously when you've got someone like Yannick as well, who are like in your corner, who looks like he does, and absolutely you want to be like, I want to look like that guy.
Exactly. Like soon I'll be an action man too.
Obviously, just talking about your opponent, obviously coming down from Scottish Hit Squad, wrestling heavy background. He likes to wrestle. He likes to grind out. Is that the sort of fight you're expecting? You're expecting a grapple heavy game plan from him?
I expect so, but that's something that's been a common theme amongst all my opponents. My last opponent tried it and I was able to just nullify it. I'm expecting a different challenge. This guy looks a bit bigger than my last opponent, though they're both middleweights. But wherever it goes, I'll be ready. I'm training with the best, training for the best, trying not to leave any stone unturned.
Yeah, exactly. And when you look through your record, it's absolutely insane some of the people that you've fought. Obviously, Toby and Emmy in your last fight, 3-0, undefeated, coming in, riding hot, riding. A lot of people were talking about him, and you've never really fought anyone who's not been of such a high level. How does that kind of give you the advantage? Because I'm not entirely sure who Sean's fought, but it can't be matching the sort of the level of the guys that you've been fighting.
Yeah, it's a common theme. Just like all my training partners, like always push myself against the best. And it just brings out the best in me. Like, eventually we'll go pro. And this is a thing of like, you can't always pick your fights. So just keep fighting as much as you can. And whatever they bring on the night can be a surprise.
Yeah, exactly. And what's the rest of your evening looking like? Because like I said, it's about 6 o'clock now. What's the rest of your evening looking like? Just chilling out and then early night.
Yeah, yeah, just continuing to refuel. I might go out, eat something somewhere. But yeah, putting the kilos back on. Not too much of a cut, but having fun with it still.
Yeah. And what have you kind of been looking at this camp in general? Have you been because like I said, it's not been too long between fights, so you've kind of been ready and you've not let yourself get out of the camp. So what's this kind of been working on for the past few weeks?
Just tailoring some of the training towards what the opponent could bring. So, for instance, Toby and Nenny would shoot certain types of takedowns, and now we're looking at Sean, who shoots a bit differently. And just yeah, continuing on, just building on top of what I built before. So continuing on with S&C and just keeping the cardio up, just so that don't take too much time off after one and have to restart all over again in terms of camp.
Yeah, and what are you sort of expecting to have to deal with inside the cage? Are you expecting any particular problems to be thrown at you, or any particular things that you think Sean's going to try and implement against you?
If Sean's smart, he might study some tape and see where I've had issues in the past. Like he might try to use his size because he does look like pretty heavy. Maybe he's had a bigger cut than I have. So he might try to wear on me and turn this into a grueling fight. I don't care. He can bring what he wants. I've got the gas tank. I've done 5 rounds in the past. This is only three. It's nothing to me. So yeah, we'll have fun with it regardless.
Yeah, and what are your kind of obviously your intention's pretty clear. You want to get as many fights under your belt. You want to make up for lost time. You want to get back into just the flow of things. Really, is that what you're looking at doing into the new year as well?
Yeah, so like I think there's always a bit of a quiet period around January, December.
Yeah.
If there is, I can carry on training or put my feet up, like depending on how the year takes its toll on me. But yeah, just keep the steam running and like I think what if I fight this month, next month, December, I could bring it to 10 fights or 9 fights total. So it's a tidy figure.
Yeah, it's a good. How long do you think you've got before you want to make that transition to the pro ranks, or are you not kind of thinking about that right now?
Don't have a specific time, but yeah, definitely some point next year. I always see these guys like I've trained in Bristol before with like I've seen Hani Musli. He's posting photos. He's got like I think 4 belts. Like it's it's a good look. So at least I'd love to end the year with a belt. I know this fight isn't for one, but soon enough. I have fought for them in the past, but yeah, it's a new weight, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, there's a lot of people like that that have had loads of belts. You've got like Curtis Campbell, who's on FCC. You've had Shay Ingram, obviously Ballerina Golden Ticket, Cage Steel, and stuff like that. He's got a lot. Jack Humphreys, obviously fighting out with Fearless MMA. These guys are the ones that when they transition to being a pro, they get straight onto the big shows. They get straight onto like Cage Warriors and stuff. Is that something that you'd like to achieve? Go straight from the regional shows to the European circuit, turning pro?
Yeah, like I train alongside Jack Humphreys. I train along Shay as well. So like this is the kind of caliber of people that I'm amongst. So it doesn't make sense like taking such a dip in terms of competition. So yeah, like I'm up there in the caliber of amateurs. Like I fought some of the best. Sometimes I've lost and I've won. But yeah, this is the path I'm looking to go to.
Yeah, I just want to talk about that area of the West Midlands of Birmingham and all that place. The hotbed for MMA talent in the UK used to be Liverpool. Obviously you had Terry Ettim, you had Darren Till when he came through. Obviously Molly and Paddy have come through. Tom Aspinall's come from that area. It's changing. I think it's changing now. It's coming back to the Midlands. It's coming back to Birmingham. Have you kind of felt that in the area?
Definitely, like we'll be getting visitors into the gym. The other day, I looked at my Instagram archives, and 2 years ago, Ian Gary was in Renegade as well, visiting. There was a whole funny like period then. I've also been up to Next Gen, and it's a cool like environment. I know it is a hotbed as well. People are moving up there. I know Jordan Little recently made the move as well to
Yeah.
join the team. So we'll just see how it compares. But I know Midlands is a hotbed right now.
Yeah, and I love talking about the amateur scene, man. It's my bread and butter. Like people like Jordan Little, when you're throwing names like that, it excites me, man. It's been an exciting time over the past like few years to kind of get to know everyone on the regional scene and the amateur fighters and see where they kind of it's a bit of a claim to fame for some people. Like, I think Jack Humphreys is going to be in the UFC. Like, he's a hell of a fighter. How much would it mean for someone like myself for when you make the pro ranks to be like, oh yeah, cool. Oh yeah, I saw his fights when he was like his second, third fight. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling. Like, for instance, my own coach, Yannick, he would train Jake Hadley as he was coming up. And then seeing him make the transition into the UFC and just seeing him as somebody who trained at Fearless, where I originally started training mixed martial arts in Birmingham. It's like just it just shows that it's possible. Like this is just it's like a kind of conveyor belt. If you stick on this path, sooner or later you're gonna make it.
Yeah, it's just a grind. And just before I let you go, man, like, have you got a prediction for fight night? How you think the fight would end, or how you'd at least like the fight to end?
Yeah, before the final bell. So first, second, whichever. I would like either another knockout or another submission. It's been a while since I got a submission, and it would be cool to show that part of my game. But I love knockouts, so if I could end this one with my hands instead of a head kick, that would be ideal.
Well, there's 38 fights on the card, so I love finishes too. So yeah, it'll be an unbelievable night of fights, man. Like I'm really excited to see you fight. Obviously I couldn't get to your last one where I'm normally at those events as well, but really excited for you to come and fight. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, my man.
Awesome, Chris. Thank you.
Magic. Thank you, man. Like take care, buddy.
Blessings.